Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the states of New Mexico and Hawaii. The sound you hear in my voice this week is the sound of disappointment because for the first time this year, roughly 45, 46 weeks into the year, 2019, we do not have any new properties to list for this Friday, November the 8th. Hemingway Land, why? Are you lazy? No. We had 5 lots that we were scheduled to close on this past week in Rio Arriba County. These were nice properties. They were close to the Elvado and Heron Lakes. They each had power at the lot line. These were not adjacent properties. And we were going to be able to sell all of them at a pretty good price on a price per acre basis in that county. I did, however, get an email from the seller earlier this week, Monday, basically demanding twice as much as what had been agreed on in the sale purchase contract that had been signed 6 weeks earlier. So by nature, I'm an accommodating person. I like to make these land deals work. I especially like to have new listings every Friday. The math on this one, however, became untenable, so we had to cancel that agreement. Regrettably, had to cancel that contract. So no new properties debuting on the website. That being said, you guys come to the channel religiously, reliably every week. You check out the new properties that we have. I like to be consistent. I like to offer you guys deals on land. So what we're going to do this week is something we haven't done in a couple months, super secret discount inventory. That video will be posted later today, closer to the time that the email blast goes out. I will talk more about it a little later in the video. First, however, I do want to discuss this. We have cleaned up the Rio Rancho section, the Sandoval County section of the website, gotten rid of a lot of the solds, the pendings, etc., and now we've whittled this down to about 7 rows of properties. That being said, there were 2 properties we had not had photographed. They were available on the spreadsheet, but they'd not been photographed yet, and they are going to be listed this week. They are reference numbers SNNM-0008B, half acre for $1,100 out by the Del Norte Gun Club, and SNNM-0008C, a 1 acre lot for $2,100 that we're selling. So let me pull these up on a map, show you exactly where they are. The 08B half acre property is out here off of Pearlman Road. If you zoom back, what you'll see is that this is way the hell out there in the northwesternmost corner of this subdivision, basically where the subdivision meets the foothills, I guess. But it sits really close to the Del Norte Gun Club. So if you are a gun enthusiast and like to go out here, well, now you can buy a piece of land very close to there and presumably camp or RV out here, things like that. Generally, when buyers call about land in Rio Rancho, I will tell them that they can't do that, that generally it's zoned against those sorts of things. And I will reiterate that here. That being said, my suspicion is that whatever zoning laws would cover this piece of land are not being enforced, at least not way out here. That being said, my suspicion is anyone who's going out here is not buying this land to build. You're buying it to camp, to RV, to go shoot guns, to ride around on dirt bikes, things like that. So this is a good property for that. I will also have you guys know that my photographer reports that all of the roads out to here are surprisingly well maintained, or I should say navigable. They're navigable. So that was a shock. I was surprised by that. You would figure that it would get a little rough out here, but in fact, no, he had no difficulty. So we have that half acre lot available. We also have this 1 acre, not as far out as the other one. This one actually sits just a little shy of Southern Boulevard out here in the western part of the subdivision, but not as removed as you would think. This property is roughly about 3 miles from the developing portion of Rio Rancho and about 6.5 miles from where Southern Boulevard meets Unser Boulevard. So easy access to things like grocery supplies, schools, churches, medical, so on and so forth. As well as the fact that Southern is pretty well paved out till I think about here, something like, no, actually about here, I think. And then you've got roughly a mile or so of dirt road, well-maintained dirt road. My suspicion is anybody who buys this property is not buying it to build on. If, however, you are, you should know that there is no power immediately close to this lot. It looks like the nearest power is here along Southern Boulevard. You can kind of see it right here. So this is either a solar power project or this is the kind of land that you buy so you can go and, like the other property, you know, camp out, hang out, dirt bikes, shoot guns, things like that. Things that you can't do in the, you know, quote-unquote more civilized parts of Rio Rancho. So point being, 1 acre here, right off of 8th Ave. I should mention it. It's right here off of 8th Ave. Anyway, all right, guys, both of those properties are now going to be linked up here on the spreadsheet. They were both here the whole time, but now they'll be linked up, so you can navigate to them either by visiting the New Mexico page or by navigating here on the spreadsheet, 08B and 08C. Anyway, I will get into this in a video later on today. We will, however, be doing a super secret discount inventory with this 1 acre lot that we've had available in Tiburon for a few months now. This is one of these properties that everybody writes and calls me about, but nobody buys. So we're going to take about $1,000 off this and offer that to you guys this week for a limited time. And we've also got this 6 acre lot out in Valencia County. I'm going to take $1,400 off this one. Again, details will follow later today in that video. But point being, we're doing 2 properties, super secret discount inventory, major discounts on both. Look for that video later on today around 2 o'clock Pacific, and that will reveal how you can take advantage of those discounts on these properties. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in next week's video, and I promise we'll be back next week with more properties. Thanks again.